Hey everyone, this is Logging On with DJ Logue, also Logan Cerrone from WRUV's Exposure Series, and now 101.3 FLIRT FM here in Galway, Ireland. I'm currently studying abroad, which is awesome, but unfortunate because one of my favorite musicians, Jake Minch, is playing Higher Ground in Burlington, Vermont, November 24th, with special guest Darryl Rahn. Luckily, I'm interviewing him today. Hailing from the great state of Connecticut, Jake Minch, singer-songwriter extraordinaire. I gotta write this. About to embark on a second leg of the George tour off of the back of his semi-self-titled album, George. My personal record of the summer. Dude, you killed it. Go get your tickets at highergroundmusic.com. Welcome to the show. How you doing, man?
Thanks so much. I'm good. That was
I kind of
awesome.
guessed you out. I'm sorry. I was like,
Yeah, wow. Thank you though.
where are you coming from today?
I'm phoning from Bed-Stuy, Brooklyn.
Hell yeah.
Um, I was just at the gym and now back in my apartment.
Sweet. I'm from Long Island, New York. So,
Oh,
like,
sweet.
right there. Also,
Oh,
if I'm not mistaken, you was the Change Thing music video filmed on Long Island?
yeah.
No freaking way. That's crazy. Damn.
How could you tell?
I don't know. I texted my mom. There was like I think you put it on your story. It was like Farmingdale, New York or whatever you filmed it
Mhm.
at. And I was like, that's literally my backyard. Like crazy, man. But hey,
Sweet.
Strong Island, there we go. Uh, I first want to talk, I can't wait to get into the album, but first off, I just want to say that I've been a huge fan of you for a long time. Since TikToks, handgun, all of it. I'm so proud of all your success, man. Uh,
Thank you.
how does it feel having this body of work, full body of work of yours out in the world for some time now? And how does it feel touring this project?
Um, Definitely like there was a lot of stuff that had been put that it felt like was just like on ice when I was first starting music. Like the professional pursuit, and it was like a lot of just like quiet homework um and so to actually get to put stuff to the test and like use the muscles that my managers spent a lot of time being like, just trust me, like we're training this thing to get to actually utilize was like super cool. And touring, yeah, there's nothing like being on stage and making music with your friends.
Totally. I similarly agree. Like how can we expect anything from this new leg of the tour? Are there any like inspirations for the tour?
Um, Not really. I think right now I am spending a lot of time writing. Um, Towards the end of tour, I started to like peek my head out with some new songs. And it's fun to like bounce those off a sounding board. I played one in
Yeah.
Vancouver that like fully knocked the wind out of me. I played it and then I like got back in the green room and everyone was like, "That was awesome." I was like, "I feel not good. Like I'm gonna
Mm.
go take a walk." So yeah, I think I'd like to keep testing the songs. Yesterday I was talking with people about how I managed to go the whole tour without forgetting a single lyric. Um, and
Hey, there we
because
go.
yeah, but because I said that out loud, I'm anticipating one single lyric up.
Hey, you can't pinpoint it. I know you've been teasing that new song. Are we gonna get that?
Maybe. I
Yeet.
uh
Who knows, man?
I don't want to spoil anything, but yeah, that one was a song that we recorded when the album was being made. And I remember being like, this is corny, like I can't do this. And then um it slowly started to like fit, like now that I've separated myself from that world, it is really a super sweet song, and I think like a concept that I have not personally explored or like seen explored. Yeah. So it's exciting.
Totally, you're finding your footing. You listen to it back, and it all kind of makes sense now. So I totally agree.
Yeah. It was yeah, super relieving to be able to see the project with like farther, like not nose to the
For sure, for sure. Uh, this album talks a lot about going home, so I just want to talk about how this all came about. Like we said, mentioned earlier, Connecticut. You mentioned Trumbull on the album. One of my like really good friends from school is from Trumbull, so I was like, no way. Uh, but like I feel very connected to my local music scene. How did music first come about in your life?
Um, I honestly, I was a kid of the internet. I think like I knew pretty early that John Mayer was from Fairfield,
Mhm.
Connecticut, which is a couple times over, but honestly, I thought I've never been to John Mayer. Like super I remember like when I was a teenager, I was like, no, like that guy sucks. Like I wanna listen to Cave Town.
Yeah, I
Um
can't say my college music like radio opinion for that, so I totally understand.
I can.
Mhm.
Oh, I'm sure he's great. I've never really delved into it, but I I grew up in theater, which was really nice, because that gave me like something to do in my summers, and um, I I got to train a lot of muscles um, that have helped me later. That even though like I was a little apple, like
Yeah,
God, prepubescent Jake sucked. It was, it was cool to like have a lot of bases covered by the time that I found like Doty in Cave Town and like Conan Gray. Although I remember not, I like he had one song that I liked. He had I Know a Place, and every other
Mhm.
song of his, I was like, I didn't find that good. Um, that was yeah, so once they like were playing ukulele and stuff, I could like watch their hands and try to emulate it. And then yeah, like towards my later teens, I found out um my friend Sophia Kellogg's dad is a musician and like a career musician, and it was like possible to do and like support a family, and so that was really cool, and I got to see one of his shows was my first concert, and it was like really I remember having like full body chills the whole time. It was so cool to like see it
For sure.
happen.
Yeah, I like fully relate to that. I the theater to like then like musician pipeline is crazy.
Yeah.
But like and that comfortability is so real and I think it really shows within your music. Um, you kind of mentioned it already, but like uh was there any like live music show that really like prior to that, I mean other than that, like that really resonated with you that was like, holy crap, this is not just something that I want to do professionally wise, but something that really like touched you within your own like process.
I and it in hindsight may have partially been like due to circumstance because I had like I was in college and then I wasn't in college anymore, and I like knew I was signing a record deal and stuff, but um
Yeah,
the
that's
summer
so
after.
cool. Not many people can say that. So
Yeah, dude, it was awesome. I was supposed to like I didn't go to any of my classes, so like it'd be stupid to take my finals. I took one as like a let's just see how it goes. And I remember walking out of there and being like if like thinking if I'd gotten anything higher than like a 10%, I'd buy myself like an ice cream cake. But yeah, the other three finals I had, I moved out of college early for because my A&R invited me to see Peter McPoland at the Bowery Ballroom, and it was really like I that was absolutely magical. I have yet to find that kind of like energy um inside of a room since, and yeah, he puts on a an awesome show. And yeah, it was also like my second concert, and I like hadn't
Damn.
really had,
Okay.
yeah, I hadn't had the curtain like pulled back on how it works yet. So it all felt like truly like magic. That was like one of the like Mount Rushmore of times where I was like, okay, yeah, magic is real and it's happening right now.
For sure. One of my friends back at school, a couple of them actually, they Peter McPoland played our like freshman year and crazy show. They loved it. So yeah.
Did he open? Do you know?
What
Did
he
he open
played
for
at
someone?
Higher Ground. Like I think it was like a solo show, like his headline, yeah.
Sweet. Yeah,
So hey, your lineage, there you go.
my lineage. He's so fun. I love the fact that he like opened his own tour. I think that's fun.
Hmm.
Awesome.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
But I want to talk a little bit about TikTok. I
Uh,
like I know this is like I'm not going to dwell on it too much, uh, but I think it's something that's so integral to your growth as an artist.
mhm.
Um, and your artistry has been so visible since day one that like the platform doesn't really matter. Uh, but how do you now, as like an artist with multiple projects under your belt, kind of view it as a medium or a subculture? You mentioned like the internet a lot earlier.
Yeah, um I kind of like maybe unpopular opinion, but I have a good time on there. Definitely like there are times where my team is trying to make me do something and I'll like curb it. And like yeah, but definitely I have like a scheduled post on TikTok like this draft
Mm.
in my calendar every day from management, but um most of the time I ignore it, and when I can like make videos that I think are fun, and I can remember that it's not that deep on like that side account that I have, then I have a great time. Sometimes like when I am in like a discovery mode of music, and my team is like, hey, you should do a cover of a song. It I like I don't love it, but I find ways to even make that fun, and I'm not singing like Olivia Dean, like I'm doing
Yeah,
like
yeah,
my
yeah.
um yeah, my favorite songs. And so it's cool. I feel like I have a leg up because of how much time I spent on YouTube as like a teenager. Like I feel like a lot of it is just like a regurgitated like Dodie Clark like dawdle vloggle uh thing.
Totally. Yeah, yeah. I feel like the long form versus short form content is like such a switch up. But you master it so well. I will say, like, would you draw the line if like management was like, "Hey, do a say uncle dance or whatever"?
That is yeah, I
I
think
don't want to give your management any ideas. I feel like I
I
know
know
the
I felt the test
answer.
coming on. I'm gonna say like yeah, but also if I was on tour,
That's funny. Yeah,
and like like Michael, my guitarist, would like could come up with something that was like really funny. Like there was one
yeah.
that I'm like we were playing with transitions. Great. there's two fans who have come up with a fingers and clothes dance that
Oh, that's sweet.
I can't bring myself to do, but yeah, like it's all about context for me. Like I can, yeah, I don't know.
For sure. But I also know like it's allowed you to connect with like the Grace Sangers of the world, Alex Page, Lizzie McAlpine. I mean, Paul Mescal recently, like that's some crazy. Wow. How does it feel like to have found that support and even like close friends that you collaborate with?
It it's really weird.
Because that's like
But
parasocial kind of, but like also
yeah, I
then it
mean,
like breaches over.
absolutely. I still like, yeah, Alex Page and I like will hang out. We're like once every like 6 months we'll talk about co-writing. Um, and it would be awesome if I didn't spend so long being a fan because I have like I'm nervous around you.
Imposter, yeah.
Yeah, yeah, you're
Hmm.
so cool thing. So we like will like I owe her some song snippets and we could do it like over time. Um, but yeah, it's definitely a lot of that. I've gotten some really cool like I'm fan of this person and they um like a lot of my like Mount Rushmore of songwriters have nodded to me, which is really like
That's
super,
some stuff.
super, yeah. But I think at this point like I'm really okay like living in my own little world and like just letting that be like a cool thing that happened. My family group chat does enough celebrating
I can
for
relate. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
yeah.
I like George is just one of those projects that like I feel like when I first listened to it, I had a lot of like pent up frustration and introspection and kind of solitude, but then there's also like this communal release to it all. Was there like a favorite collaboration or moment on the album, or even on the road with like a friend?
Um yeah, I think what is so cool about like this project for me is that um like even though I'd like made it out and I lived in LA for 2 years, I was still suffering from what me and um what I have like an inside joke and it's hard to explain, but this thing called middle of the country syndrome. Um
Yeah, I feel like I
yeah,
know what you're laying down. Yeah.
okay. Thank you. So I like it's like I think like really I wrote it in solitude most of it. So it was like a really good reflection of like like that real like anger of like the middle of the country syndrome and being like stuck and like a victim of circumstance. Um, and then I met Tony Berg, who made
Mm.
the album, and he like put me on a treadmill, and made me start working off a lot of that like that fat that had built up from like being stuck in place and um so I think what makes Phoebe Bridgers so cool is not that she's like sad, but it's like she's sad but in motion. Um,
That's such a good way to put it.
right?
Yeah,
Thank you.
yeah, yeah.
And so my favorite part about this is that I have plenty of songs about being stuck in place, but this is it's about going somewhere and getting to see like my fan interactions that are like about going somewhere instead of like I've I've dodged the um trauma dumping fans. Like
Mm,
a lot of my friends will have fans who show up and they're like, "That's so awesome. Here's a story about my dad doing something terrible." And
yeah,
I it's nice to like not have that. I think um yeah, also like if a year and a half ago you told me that I'd have a song like Say Uncle, I'd quit music. So to like just have a moment to like laugh on
mm,
stage and be like like every night it's happening and I mean obviously like every crowd is different but um just like seeing people get hype with me it never gets old. Like it feels brand new every time, which is
for
cool.
sure. Throw that rager on stage. I
Yeah.
like, I
Open up a bit.
yeah, Mosh at the Jake Minch show sounds like a
Yeah,
freaking
I'm
dream.
so excited to play. Like we did a lot of like the big cities,
Mm,
which is great, but it's like a lot of like the same fans that are seeing the concerts nowadays, and then that
mm.
motion is pretty like cultish and like insecure. Crazy claim to
Like
make,
they
and
don't
I
know how to move type of thing. Like,
yeah.
yeah. Mm,
I am really curious. We're doing these college shows not with like the intention that they're all gonna like pack the house and like whatever.
yeah,
Just to
yeah, yeah,
like just to play not college shows, but like in college towns and B
yeah, yeah,
locations.
yeah.
I'm really I'm excited to see what that looks like with people like closer to my age. And yeah, people
Totally.
who like like going to see their parents after.
Mm. Yeah, yeah, yeah. I will say, I this is a little shameless plug. I work for our university program board, and
Mm.
I'm on the concerts committee. You are welcome to play UVM at any time. So
Oh
just
my
let me
God.
know. They would flip if I like because I told a couple of them I was like I'm interviewing Jake Minch, and they're like, no way. So
Thank
I'm
you
just
so much.
saying, man. I'm just saying, man.
Dude,
But
let me know when I'm there.
there we go. Okay, perfect. You got hella fans here, and we're gonna bring the heat.
Yeah.
Have you ever been to Burlington?
No. Um, I want to.
Mm,
I played a show at UNH and I realized how few I've traveled a lot in the past couple of years, but I've been dodging the Northeast. So I'm excited. Any opportunity to go up north, I'm there.
totally. I mean, like, I'll tell you, we're known for our maple creamy, which is a weird. It's like their soft serve. I recommend it, but like, it's a weird name. But that you got to get that hair, and it's like maple everything. A lot of really cool like vintage and like a lot of DIY like shows going on and everything like that. Go to Radio Bean, love that place, which is like another smaller bar slash like music area. So
I'll add that to
definitely
my
recommend.
radio bean.
Yes,
That is a really
it's
cool name.
it's so like granola. It's not even funny, but
Sweet.
I feel like you would thrive there. So I'm just putting that out there. But
Thank
I want to get into the nitty gritty of this album. I want to say like I listened to this album. You released it at a crazy time because you knew every like college kid was home from school and just like
you.
peak like seasonal depression and just like I remember the day that um it was a Friday that Drawing a Tattoo came out and I listened to it in my car. And I was coming home. I was crashing at a buddy's house. There was like a party that like we went to. I was so tired, and I just like so dead. And then when you get to the line, you'll get taller and smaller and grow up without me. I was just like bawling about my sister. I have a younger sister, and I was just like, man, like, I listened to it like 30 times the entire day. But dude,
Oh,
I this album is insane. I think something that you do so well is that even from the start with like Handgun, I like with the Kids for Cancer line, uh, you and something that I do myself. I think I like to call it like sincere playfulness with music. There's something so devastating, or even not even devastating, like a hard truth, but then there's an equal like tongue-in-cheek humor. And I know that Tony inspired you to keep a notebook with like kind of observations of daily life and just things that I do it myself. You're literally finding the beauty in the mundane. Like prior to this, like, was there a specific artist or song that implanted this style?
definitely like actually this is kind of a funny story. Um I I thought while I was making this album that I um it was like Phoebe Bridgers adjacent just because I love her so much.
Mhm.
Um and then like I used a good amount of like the Sound City staff. So there were people in common and like Harrison Whitford was there one day.
That's
And
crazy.
it was
Name
yeah.
drop. Yeah,
Sorry, that was
all
definitely
good.
really cool. And yeah, I remember being like, it got brought up, but I, I, I got to a point where I was like, I feel like Phoebe has like fingerprints on like a lot of my music, and the awkward silence that came over the room still can like put me on my feet if I'm laying in bed.
That's too good. Oh wow.
Yeah. I think yeah, I definitely wasn't like oh, I got to do what they're doing. I think um like creature of habit and like the things that are like buried, I think I was writing in a way that like I imagine Lizzie McAlpine was her like first album or uh not first album, but like 5 Seconds Flat into
Totally.
a
Yeah, yeah.
revolver. Um, just because I mean I've rinsed all of her records so bad.
Mm.
Um,
Who doesn't? That's
yeah,
like
right.
yeah.
She's awesome. But yeah, I think that answers the question. She probably had the most lasting impact.
Mhm.
Like it was like this album was pretty
I think like even
nailed
like
it.
you look with like Phoebe, you look at how she's inspired by Elliot and just like even that tongue. I feel like it's all kind of like just recycled and made new. And I see that I'm literally not trying to gas you up, but like it's true. Like your songwriting is crazy.
Thank you.
Um, was there like, do you start with like instrumental or like lyrics when you write a song?
Now it's different. Um,
Mhm.
I yeah, now it's more calculated, not calculated, but it's the being a radar and sitting at a notebook before um I sit down with the guitar. Um, but when I was making this album, I was so like nose to the issue that a lot of it was like spitballing um live and just like playing for 10 minutes and like gleaning the best stuff.
Yeah, yeah.
Um, some of the album was like over the summer. Um, I just spent a lot of time. Like I did a month with Tony where I would like Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, I was in his room just like playing him what I'd written, and then I'd do that from like 9 a.m. to 1 p.m. and then come back and like write just to like train all the muscles and stuff. And
For sure.
so had my fair share of like Say Uncle was me day drinking in my apartment trying to like make Tony laugh. Um
It does have like a shower beer type of vibe to it. Yeah,
Thanks. Yeah, it was definitely. Yeah, I remember that
playing at
was
the Darty, like yeah.
I was living with a uh, a woman in her late 30s that I'd met on Facebook Marketplace.
Oh, that's
It
like
was
lowballing to
awesome.
extreme. Oh,
Yeah, and so there was there were times where I was like writing like quietly in my room, but that time she was out of town and I was like, fuck it, like we're pissing off the neighbors
mm.
now. We're just gonna have fun. And that original voice memo, I like you can hear me scream and then get nervous about screaming and getting really quiet.
It was like I gotta backpedal. I
Yeah.
gotta come back. I totally relate to that like spitballing stuff because I look back when I first started writing music and like I would do a lot of like write in my notes app and then like come and like fully stream of consciousness, like write it all together.
Mhm.
And like sometimes it works and then sometimes it just like it flat out is just bad. And I feel like once you have a kind of a because it really is composition is calculated. Once you have like kind of a calculated composition of it all, it really starts to like hone in.
Yeah, I think like um being into like art on the side as well is really cool because I can like not you do have to spend a lot of time sketching to like then save up for like the bigger projects and know what you actually want to do. Also, like I've come up with like really like some of my not great, that sounds terrible, but I've come up with some really cool stuff that um I don't think I would have found um like in conversation, you know.
Totally.
Um just because of like my other favorite thing is I'll like kind of mumble um and then like let things happen. Um and then now I have like lines about like how like cats give birth under the bed.
Yeah, that's how you let it happen. Once you let go, the
Yeah.
treasure will find you. Oh wow.
That's sitting in the idea. No,
Next
it
album
worked.
right there. That album title, I don't know.
Yeah.
Cats Under the Bed.
Yeah. Yeah. But it's a cool analogy.
Yeah, yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
I like wanted to know if there's like a specific song or lyric that you're most proudest of, or like what was the most cathartic? What made it feel like,
Hmm.
hey, I got an album?
I think writing and like I'll there are some songs where like I can be like it's not that deep when I'm talking about them now, but for some reason like I just can't do it with Twice. That
Mm,
is like I think like my like if there's one song that will stand the test of time for me, it's that.
that's your soul song
Yes, yes.
for sure.
Yeah, being in the like I'm not a crier. Actually, that has since changed. But for
Damn,
a really long time I was not a crier.
you got
And
the album out of you, and then now
yeah.
it's just like,
Yeah, it's I cry a lot now actually. But when we were what happened was I brought the I'm not the kind of guy to watch the same movie twice, but I'd watch this over and over in with Tony, and then I was like, let's just like do something really cool here. And he was like, Jake, that's not a song. And then I was doing a co-write for someone else. And I um was like, oh, wait, we should maybe play with this one and like it can be like us both on a song. And then um Tom or Hazy Eyes, the producer, started playing the walk down, and I just start and like I was playing the piano with it, and I really like that voice memo. It all felt super. That was like a magic is real kind of moment where it all spilled out. And then I remember going to Katie Crown and being like, okay, now write a verse about your first love. And she was like, this is not my song.
Totally, totally, totally. But I
She
feel
was
like
like, take
that,
that home. Yeah.
yeah, that one, like, it's so stripped down, and it's like finishing it all, and it's just like it's just you, and it really tells a story. So
Thank
great job
you.
with that one.
Thank
Uh,
you.
yeah. I wanted to ask you like some. I mean, we're kind of close to time now, but I've had so much fun talking to you. I
Nice.
wanted to like do some rapid fire fun questions if you're down.
Hit me.
All right,
Yeah, yeah,
we're
yeah.
so we're located in Vermont, and you're going to be here soon. I always ask this question: what Ben and Jerry's flavor would you be?
Oh,
Yeah, I
um,
know. You want to know
I
something?
yeah.
They for like UVM, there's like a supplemental essay that we had to do, and that was the question, which like granola again. So yeah,
That's so
but
good. Yeah.
yeah,
You're awesome. I am damn. I think what's the one with the no, there's a specific cookie texture in one of them that I think about probably like I can feel in my mouth right now, but
mm,
brownie batter or whatever. That
okay.
brownie batter is goated.
Wait, like
That
half baked or
yes, yes. There we
yes, mm,
incredible. Yeah.
incredible classic. All
God is
right,
real.
got yes, there we go. Speaking of that notebook that from earlier, a while back you posted a TikTok with a list of band names for a rainy day. I like, dude, I'm a real fan. I gotta be like, yeah, yeah.
Thank you, man.
This is not some fake. This is the real deal. Uh,
That's awesome.
yeah. Out of those, which one would you most likely use?
I actually okay, so this has
Oh,
become
like
yeah, this
new?
is we have a lot of like our touring group has kind of taken it over a little bit. But between you and me, my favorite ones are the ones that I've come up with. Um,
Obviously.
yeah, I think Help Oh My God, He's Got a Gun is like really funny. Um, and then I think like I've like made a couple SoundCloud projects with um like the side name My Nanny Dad, which is
Mhm.
something that my friend Hannah said that made me chuckle. Um, yeah, it's still wait, sorry, I'm bad at rapid fire, but
No worries.
these are yeah, Baptism by Fire, REM Breath, Half Lady, Jake Minch and the Yes. Um,
That's too good.
Double. Yeah, thank you. Honestly, that one, do you know how there's like MJ Lenderman in the wind?
Yeah, 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 yeah.
Yeah. I've pitched Jake Minch and the Yeah, but it did
That's
not.
crazy. There's so much MJ in your music. Like you can
Thank
feel like the Wednesday and everything like that.
That's
Uh,
an thank you.
I got you.
There
Uh,
is when I'm on the MJ Lenderman click, sorry, I'm
no
so
worries, no
bad at
worries.
rapid fire.
Hey,
When
we
I'm
can go
on that
anywhere.
okay, cool.
We...
Yeah, when I'm into MJ Lenderman, I have a really hard time listening to other music because he's so good at what he does that like I don't want to listen to anything that's not him.
It's like kind of like I feel like Geese, all of that, and then even when I listen to like Dinosaur
Mhm.
Jr., it's like the
Oh.
most like disgusting like basement show mosh pit whatever. But then you're like it's so beautiful, and
Yeah.
it's just like yeah,
Yeah. That's definitely the goal as a writer is to be like funny like them and also still say something.
for sure. I also like I want to run this by you. Uh,
Mhm.
I have like a band back at school. Um, I do have like my own solo stuff, but we're kind of still starting out. But we had speaking of the band name list, were so desperate for a name for our first gig that we just went through like all like TLC shows and like ours is like 90 Day Fiance. Like, should we continue with it or should we kick it to the curb?
90 Day Fiance is really good.
I feel like we'll get copyrighted in an instant, so that's like,
Well, now that you've
yeah, yeah,
confessed
yeah, yeah, yeah.
it, um, post interview, let's go through some of mine and see
I
if
word,
you.
word, word. Like band name selected by Jake Minch, like in every merch or whatever. Damn,
Hell yeah.
this is sick. Yeah,
90
but
Day Fiance is a good band name though.
it's
I
funny. I like all that type of stuff.
also some of these band names that I've seen at like house shows in Brooklyn are
Yeah,
ridiculous. You're fine.
totally. Also, my cousin is in one of those bands in Brooklyn, Seraphine's Cleaver. Just gotta put it out there. Go check them out.
Yeah, I will.
We're effing up this rapid fire, but I don't care honestly. All right. What are some of your favorite things right now? Could be current music rotation, new hobby, all of it.
Um, I the lady who runs the laundromat by my house, like is I really one of my favorite people of all time. Like I for the first time ever am excited to do laundry. Because I'll go and then I'll like pretend to be on my phone and I'll listen to her and like whoever she can start a conversation with and they'll just like go off about
Oh,
just
so
like
eavesdropping is your new hobby,
yeah
man. Okay. Word, word,
yeah
word.
I'm also really bad at tennis but I found a tennis wall by my house so I've been playing a lot of a lot of tennis by myself.
Like wall ball it.
Yeah, yeah.
All right. That's like that's the grassroots of it all.
It is. And then obviously like running has been my favorite thing over this summer. But the legs are, yeah, they've seen that toll. So I
Mhm.
am down to running like twice or three times a week instead of every day.
Totally. Former cross country runner, I can totally agree with that. So yeah.
It, and then also
Mhm.
like once you're in it, it's so hard to not.
Yeah, then it gets addicted. You're downloading Strava, you're doing all this
Yeah, yeah.
cool hobbies, for the most part. Uh, do you have any like musts on tour, pre-show, post-show rituals, all that?
I actually am trying to learn because on tour this past run, my ritual would be to like absolutely destroy the green room snacks.
Mm.
Um, I think pre-show ritual, we're like super into frisbee, or we were on this last
You
run.
would love Vermont. Damn.
Yeah, let me add them. But I think yeah, like my best shows on tour. Like I remember in DC, um, I we ran around pre-show and then I was on stage and everything was loose and locked in at the same time. It was really awesome. And then also I tend to get worked up pre-show in some way, like even if it's not necessarily like in my head, it's not that I'm nervous about the show, but like it like in reality it probably is like that's triggering it. I Michael and I have ways to like not to remind me that it's not that deep. Um, and it's about like the music and celebrating the messages and stuff. And so we've like Michael plays barefoot every night, but I've done a couple barefoot shows. I've done a couple like one time in Chicago, me and my opener Hana wore the same shirt. That was pretty
There
that
we
was
go.
awesome.
You gotta
Yeah.
stay grounded. All
Yeah.
right, final question. Once you're back off the road, what is your first stop? You got a favorite restaurant, something outdoors, all that?
Uh, when I got back from tour in August, the first thing I did was I went to this climbing gym that I found right before tour that I was really excited to go try out. I'm really fucking bad at rock climbing. Like I get halfway up the wall and I'm like, oh, like I'm so
Terrified. Yeah,
high.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
Get me down, get me down. But yeah, this time I'm lucky enough that my last show is a hometown show.
Oh, that's sweet.
So I am sleeping on my mom's couch and then sprinting to Bill's Drive-In in Monroe, Connecticut for a bacon, egg, and cheese with a hash brown on it.
Hell yeah. I will say,
Yeah.
like, coming from a Long Islander, this is very sacrilegious, but like Frank Pepe's Pizza,
Oh,
unreal. Like, I
dude.
was impressed. I'm gonna get like burned right now.
What
Like,
an honor. Not by
yeah.
me. Frank and Sal's was pretty good.
Yeah,
Sal's,
yeah, yeah.
I worked at for a day,
No
and then
way.
mean to me, and I just never came back.
Leaving it as it is. You
Well,
gotta
not
have the
Sal's,
work-life
not Sal's.
balance.
Sally's at
Sally's,
Pizza.
yeah, yeah, yeah. That's it.
Yeah, yeah, it was awesome.
That's awesome. Well, thank you so much for joining me today, Jake. It's been
Of
awesome to meet
course.
you and talk to you. You're welcome at UVM anytime, and I hope to see you on tour another time. Go get your tickets, Higher Ground, November 24th. Listen to George. This is Logging Off with DJ Logue. Thank you, man.
Sweet, thank you.